What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jalise if you're new here, and in this video I'm taking you all with me on my most recent trip to Berlin, Germany. Going to Germany was so much fun. The weather was amazing. The people were nice and welcoming, and the city is just so full of a lot of rich history that I enjoyed every second of my time here in Berlin. Good morning, everyone. Buongiorno, guten Tag. Maybe that's it. Maybe. We are out and about in our first full official day in Berlin, and I can say the weather is amazing right now. Not too hot, definitely not too cold. Lovely breeze. This weather is giving. So right now we're headed to our first tour. It is a food tour, which are my favorites, and we're just going to soak up and enjoy everything that the city has to offer. So let's get out there. To kick off our trip here in Berlin, Germany, we hit the ground running by doing a food tour. I absolutely love doing food tours. It's like the best of both worlds for me. I love to travel and I like to eat good food. And so I was super happy that we ended up doing this tour. During this tour, we visited 4 different food spots. And I must say, out of every place that we went to, hands down, my favorite spot was the kebab place. The kebabs were really, really good. I did not know until we took this food tour that kebabs are actually a Turkish and German cuisine. So again, food tour taught me a lot of things. Tour guide also shared some historical facts about the city of Berlin, and I really appreciated that. Listening to him, someone who is from Berlin, he definitely reminded me of a lot of significant historical events that have transpired in Berlin, and it just made me appreciate being in the city even more, hearing about the history. So, we just finished our food tour. Super great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It will be linked below. Our tour guide Felix was super good and enjoyed it. He is a local here. He is born and raised in Berlin. And it was a great tour. And we ate some really good food. Now we're headed to the Holocaust Memorial and just to enjoy the rest of the day. It's kind of gloomy here. It started raining a little bit, but the weather's still perfect, and it's not stopping us from seeing the beautiful city of Berlin. Following our food tour, we walked all the way across the city to go to the Holocaust Memorial. The memorial and I believe the museum are free. I really appreciated and enjoyed going to this memorial. There were a lot of letters and stories that were showcased and put on display that just really gave you more insight and history about the horrific events that took place during the Holocaust. I would encourage everyone to go. I really did appreciate this memorial. So since we were traveling with my mom to Berlin, she kindly offered to watch Parker so that we can go out. On our first night, we went to this great restaurant in a very popular bustling spot of Berlin, and I enjoyed the food. Being in Italy, you do not get to have a lot of good Asian cuisine, so I thoroughly enjoyed getting some pho. It's been a while since I had some pho. And then after dinner, we found this cocktail bar that was, tucked away. It was really nice. It was really, really nice, and the cocktails were really, really good. After finishing and enjoying a good brunch, we made our way across town to the Children's World of the Jewish Museum in Berlin. Now, this museum was a recommendation by our tour guide from our food tour the day before, and I'm so happy that he suggested this museum. This is a perfect place for anyone who has young children to go to. This museum is set up and based off the Noah's Ark story in the Bible. This place is just a haven for kids to go and have fun and play around and not really worry about getting hurt. I love the fact that the animals were made up of a lot of recycled material. They had stations that connected back to the Noah's Ark story. Everything was very interactive. Kids can make their own art, or kids could, color. They have a small cafe in the museum, so if you want a little snack or as a parent you need to take a little break, you can do that. But this has got to be one of my favorite children's museums that I have ever visited. Y'all, we are just now leaving the Children's World of the Jewish Museum in Berlin. It was such a great museum. I would highly recommend it to everyone. I will put the name down there. It was so interactive, and we almost spent 2 hours in here, so it was really great. The weather is amazing today, and we're about to do a nice 30-minute stroll to get to our next destination. Now, after a long walk and a little snack break, we finally made it to the Brandon Gate because it is a very popular landmark. There is a Starbucks nearby, so if you are like my mother and you like to collect these Starbucks mugs, you can pick up a Starbucks mug at the Starbucks that is literally right in the same area as the Brandon Gate. Now, after going back to the room, freshening up, getting some dinner, myself and Marcus had another evening out to ourselves. The first place we went to was a brewery, which was really, really nice. After going to a brewery, we went and found this Irish pub that had live music. And oh my gosh, when I tell you this place was so lively, it was so much fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Y'all, we have just finished lunch and now we are heading to this Sunday market. I would like to say that last night was amazing. We had so much fun. Just chill, good vibe, and good live music. You can't get mad at that. So we are going to enjoy our third day in Berlin before we head back home. And, you know, milk and squeeze everything that Berlin's got to offer. To jumpstart our final full day in Berlin, my husband found this popular Sunday market and we decided to go and check it out. And I will say that this did not disappoint. This particular Sunday market, it has a little bit of everything. There are some new vendors selling things. There are a lot of secondhand vendors. They also have a lot of food trucks and food areas and plenty of places to buy beer and water. And the one thing I loved about this particular Sunday market was the fact that next to the Sunday market was a large open field where you can just kind of sit out and chill. We sat down, you know, I had a beer and relaxed. There were some people who were out there reading books. It just seemed like a cool, chill vibe and a great way to spend and enjoy your Sunday afternoon. It really reminded me a lot of Seattle. The Sunday market, we realized that we weren't super far away from where some of the original Berlin Wall are still up. So we walked over there really quickly and viewed the wall. And just like the Holocaust Memorial and other places within the city, this was another area that was full of very rich history. To close out our final day in Berlin, we ended up checking out the area where Parliament takes place, and it is super beautiful there. They also had a lot of just activities going on, and again, you could just really get the sense of like it's Sunday and people were really relaxing and resting and doing the things that they enjoy to do. So I really appreciated that. And then after that, we went to a brewery back on the Alexanderplatz side of town, and the food was decent, the beer was okay, but you know, it was just a perfect way to close out our trip in Berlin. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Berlin. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you all in the next video below.